Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the final hour of trading today, 3 o'clock Eastern. Good to have you here. We're watching the Dow off 527 here. We've been off over 400 now for over an hour at least. As the markets came on down here, let's take a look here. Yeah, 517 right now. We've got the S&P off 79 points and then Nasdaq 248. So the worst performer is the Nasdaq at 2.1%. It's a mediocre drop. It's nothing catastrophic, but it is a drop. S&P down 1.95, the Dow 1.5. Oil is the loser now. It was the winner this morning. It was up 250 this morning. Remember, we're down 270 now. We have reversed the oil market by $5.20 from the high to the low. We're at 77.26 on Texas. This is interesting to see. This is kind of, we're kind of approaching the mid 70s again, where we were a little while ago, a month or a bit ago. So we'll watch that. Matter of fact, I'm kind of curious now on the oil market. I'm going to punch this up on my little graph here that you don't see. Yeah, looks like $76 a barrel on September the 26th. We are approaching the low of that level again. So we'll see how this plays out if we go below this and by how much. In the last 6 months, the lowest price for oil was in September. Back in June, we were 121 bucks a barrel, 122 on June the 8th, by the way. June the 8th. Isn't that something how it fluctuates? Amazing. Yeah, that was the high of the year for the summer. Last year, I think we had a 123 barrel. Is that true? That's March. Let me look at this here. Okay, let's look at this again, Bruce. This is, okay, June of 2022, we're at 122. March of 2022, we touched 123, and that was the highest of the year. Couldn't break the high in the summertime. Interesting how that works. So there's a bit of history there. Oil has, that was the highest price in 3 years, by the way, this past March. Highest price. Called a war. That's what broke it out. And that's what caused it to do what it moved that it made. But now we're off back into the 77.24 range. We'll see just how far we back off here. Welcome one, welcome all to the party. We've got GameStop at 25.60 at this second. We were just sitting at 25.45, 45.50 range, near the low of the day on GameStop today. Volume today on the GameStop shares are 3.9 million, so about a million pre-split. And the stock has just been slumping and slumping and slumping with this market. The Dow now down 522, and we'll see if this GameStop wants to do another dip or what. AMC has given it up. We're back to 752 on AMC shares. AMC 752. Down 64 odd cents here. The Ape shares are down 2.9 cents to 96.6. So it's all bad news at AMC again. The 915 print that we had on the common shares, that didn't last, and boy, has it backed off since then. Other stock, ATIP, we're looking at 34.2 cents right now, down 3.8 cents on the day. The volume on ATIP is now 807,000 shares. I'm convinced it's being crushed here on purpose by shorters. And Tesla down 13.50 a share, 180, 132 and below. SoFi 450 down 20 cents. Apple down $1.66 to 146.15. You get a 500-point down day, you're going to get these kinds of numbers. HPQ down 39 cents to 29.24. Amazon is off $3 a share to 91.13. Can't get back to 100. Home Depot down $7.25 to $320. Cisco down 43 cents today, 49.27. Netflix down $8 to 312. Pfizer off 15 cents, holding up rather well, 50.76. IBM down $1.40. Microsoft down 6.20 now. Vanning Vector's down 3.50. Adobe down another $10 to 3.31. Goldman down 9.50. Google down $1. Boeing holding a $3 gain. They're on the verge of possibly getting some relief from the U.S. Aviation Administration. Something about getting out from underneath a real penalty of some kind. They're working on it. Moderna down $8.15 to 174. Meta, the Facebook Facebook company, 121.64, down $1.85. This is kind of the low range of the day here. 121.35. This is right around the low of the day, and the question is there a break coming now? Will there be a $5-10 drop from here into that 110 range or lower? ME, 23andMe, is having a bad day, down 28.5 cents. No relief here. It had a dip this morning, had a recovery, and now it's dropping again. Rocket Lab is down 13 cents. Matterport down to $3 even, down 12 cents. Smart Rent down 13 to 235. Spire actually ahead by half a penny at 137.5. Sextera is down 7.5 cents to 215.5. Royal Caribbean down $1.19 to 59.32. Bed Bath Beyond still higher on the day, 7.5 cents, but came back from 422. 367 right now. Carvana down 94 cents to 712. Robinhood down 33 to 966. BlackBerry down 36 cents to 483. We got Target down $9. JP Morgan down $4+. Costco down $9.38. Walmart down $2.50. Disney down $3.59. Nvidia down $3.20. American Airlines holding 11-cent gain. So it's red. 523 points on the Dow, 81 in S&P, and 260 on NASDAQ. Yeah, you're going to get red all over the place. That is what is going to happen. GameStop just broke it under 25.60 to 25.58 again. A little dead cat bounce came in, and it's over, and it's down 194 on the day. 7% drop on GameStop today. Another 3% drop on GameStop, and we will have a short sale restriction going on. So we'll watch for that. All right, that is the story. The rumor mill and the pundits out there who are talking about why is it that this market is off so much. They're talking about the strong economic data that is being released through the sales reports. Employment reports. Really, that's the one. The employment report creating jobs on Friday. This is still resonating with the market, and it's hurting it. In that statistic is so strong, the Federal Reserve may have to do another 3/4 of a rate increase, or hold a half a point rate increase now, and another one January, and another one February, and that means a Fed funds rate closer to $6 than 6% than 5%. This is the issue here with bonds and mortgages, and you name it, with loans, because if we get a 6% Fed's funds rate, the Treasury yield will push over 5 again at the very least, and even higher. Mortgages will start pushing 8.5% at 6, maybe even more. This is what the market doesn't want to hear, doesn't want to believe. They don't want to buy into it, and the market's been resistant. The market has been completely resistant to the so-called strong talk of the Fed. They just don't believe them. They don't think they're going to go through with it. And yet the Fed has done what they've said they would do each time they met. The last, 4 sessions, 3/4 of a point. It's been done. Now we've got a half a point that we're pretty sure is going to happen. That's in 10 days. So this market has been slow to react, and slow to believe, and slow to acknowledge that maybe the Fed means it. And so we're getting all these weird, markets. A couple of things here. Brian is asking a good question earlier before I even started the show here. Brian was asking, guys, when looking at buying back your contracts, this is a common question I get a lot. Do you consider how much time is left on the contracts? For instance, if you have a 5-month contract and it's only been a month since you wrote it, and you can get a 30% gain right now, should you take it and write another one closer to the money and closer in time? What do you think? Brian, I'm sure most of you are in this situation with GameStop. I have calls out to March and April, just thinking if I can get 30 to 40% returns now already, should I take it and rewrite? Just a thought. This is a really, really good question. Mirko answered the question here to Brian, saying, you can always decide yourself, don't have to buy back all at the same time. I'm trying to buy back somewhere between 50 to 80% profit. It depends. And Drew I'm in the same boat. And then Brian says, Mirko, yeah, I'm just trying to compare it to time. A 5-month contract and you want 100% in 5 months. Technically, you should get 20% a month. But if in a month you're 30, 40%, then, yay. Good questions, good thoughts across. Let me just see if we have any other comments here before I make my 2 bits worth. It's Ryan says, profit is profit, and 30% a year is excellent in the trading world, and when 8 to 10% is considered the financial planning average for stock returns overall. Credit Savage, we're driving down Lake Tahoe, mini blizzard here, gorgeous snow everywhere, and wanted to say hello. Listen, Uncle Bruce talk some sense into us during a May day. GameStop numbers out soon. Bought back. My cover call is going to sell 26s now. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce did a move on Tesla today. I bought 60 shares at 182.06. Immediately wrote covered call 185 for this Friday against it at 479. It already trades at 360.65. Should I buy back and write 82.50 this Friday at 480? What are your thoughts? So Tesla's 181.38 right now. In theory, you could play that game. On the other side of it, you can just allow this one to keep depreciating and take the gain, and maybe wait another day or two and see if there's more downside coming. Let's see. Yeah, snowboarder for life. I know you don't talk much credit spreads. Is there a prefer? Why do you like permanent cover calls? I just like the margin. I just like the leverage versus just owning the stock. Let's see. Untamed Viking. I just picked up 600 ATIP, dropping my average to under $1. Nick, I am number 45. How low can this ATIP go? Good afternoon, everybody and everyone. Thank you all for being here. Back to the question from Brian. You wrote a call that has 5 months left to go on it. And you're up now 30, 40% on the call, and hopefully more as we continue here. How do you play it now? What's the best way to go forward? Should you consider the possibility of buying back these calls and try to write closer to the money, shorter in time calls? There's no hard and fast rule overall necessarily, but there are things to consider. Okay, let's say it that way. Let's see if I can kind of figure this out with you. So let's suppose you wrote calls that are now out of the money. All right. That's likely what you've done. All right. Now, I don't know if you've written 28s or 29s or 30s or what, but if you wrote calls when the stock was at $27, $28, you wrote 29s or 30s, and now the stock's at 25.60 something like it is here, you could, in theory, take a look at closer in time, maybe a month or two closer in, and maybe look at contracts that are trading maybe 26s or 27s. That's closer in on, closer into the money, still out of the money, but closer to the market action. If you can write a call for a price that equals what you have to pay to buy yours back, you've won on one metric and lost on another. The metric you're winning on is time. You've reduced the amount of time you're exposing a contract for at this point in time, which means the depreciation is more severe as each day goes by. Obviously, if you have a 5-month out call versus now you have a 3-month out call, you're 90 days away from expiry versus 150. Now, where you lose is you are bringing in the price of the contract. You are writing a closer into the money contract, and with any kind of recovery from here, you're sitting now on an in the money contract. but the depreciation of the time factor will bail you out, will take care of you, right? Here we go. My call is in April 21, 2023, 27.50, and I received 710 for it. I sold this November 21 for 5 months tons. So sorry, my cover call I sold. Okay, so you sold it for 710, and it was April 21, 2023. Okay, so now the question is, if you're going to write a call instead, and if this thing is down a couple of bucks into the $5 neighborhood, what can you do? You're out of the money, obviously almost $2, a buck 90 out of the money, which is great. But what would you write? You could probably write a 26, which is $1.50 closer than where you are now to the money, right? That's one thought. And you could write, in theory, another April, but I wouldn't go there. But let's take a look. First of all, I want to just, out of my own curiosity, as of 10 minutes ago, your April 27.50 was 495 bid. Okay. If you were to write a $25 call, which is in the money, you would be able to go from 495 to 585. It's not worth your while to do that. Let's bring into time here. Let's see if we can do anything in February. What can you get for 495? For a 495 is not worth it. You'd have to write a 2375 to get 495. It's not worth it. A $25 contract for February expiry you'll receive anywhere from 455 to 485. So you're not getting any more cash. You're losing a little, and all you're gaining is time. Right now, Brian, I wouldn't move at all. I wouldn't twitch. I think what you want now at this time is a further drop in the price of the stock. You want to have much more coverage between your 27.50 call that you wrote and the price of the stock. Okay. This little move today is just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It's $1.89 going in your favor. Fantastic. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, including all my other viewers. You take the 190 and you say to yourself, thank you very much. I really appreciate being 190 further out of this contract. It was in the money this morning. I'm out of the money now. I like being out of the money. But we need, I think, another $2 drop. I think we need it to drop to 23.50. And around that neighborhood, then and only then, you might consider moving into a $25 contract. Now, the situation could be that you buy back your call with another $2 drop in the market. You'll buy back your call instead of $4.95. You might pay $3.95, $3.65, something like that, $3.60. And you're going to try to write a contract for more than that. It's $3.60 or more. The thing you want at a minimum is a 60-day improvement in time. You want to go from the April to the February, at the very least. Now, if you can pull off an ultimate move and write a January call, even if it costs you just a little bit in cash, maybe. This one we'll have to wait and see. Another thought, of course, is you can theoretically go down 1 month, go from April to March if you can. I'm not sure if there are March contracts, but if there are March contracts, you can take a look at March contracts. Yeah, there are March 23s. You might write a March 25. That's 1 month closer in, lower on the strike price by 250. That's a big move by you, but you need a 23.50 market. Okay. Going into 25s, if you can gain money, you want to be paid more for this. Maybe $4, $4.25, like a 50 cent to a $1 bump in dollars to make the roll down. And that gives you at least 30 days because you're giving up $250 in cash to you on exercise. Not saying that the stock will go to $28, $29. Here's the other thing I'm thinking of, though. My brain is yelling at me. Wednesday night is earnings night, right? I don't think you want to do anything until after earnings. You want to allow the stock to do what it's doing now. If they did drop $2 more tomorrow and went to 23.50, if they went that far lower, and you can buy your calls back into the 350 neighborhood, you might buy them back, which is 50% to you. And you might write another April call, a 25, and just bring in more money. and sit with an April. Why? Because Wednesday night is earnings. Thursday and Friday, we're going to react to earnings. If the shares react by not moving at all, your 25s that you just wrote into will just sit there and they'll slowly give up ground because time is going by. If the shares want to go lower, they'll go lower. If the shares go lower because the earnings just aren't, the numbers aren't great and they're not inspiring, and the shares go from 23 to 21, well, then you might look at buying back those 25s and writing March or February 24s, 2350s. That's to be looked at that time. If, however, the shares go higher because of whatever good news comes out and the shares bounce back to 25 and go to 26, you've written 25s. You took in more money than it cost you to buy your 2750s. You've added cash to your account. You have a $25 contract and you have until April to see what things settle out. If in the next week after earnings come out, things settle down again and the stock settles at 25, it's a nothing burger. They might be, they were 27 this morning, they're 25 today, they could be 23 tomorrow, they could be 25 next week, and you're sitting on 25s that are depreciating and you brought in more cash. So you have a number of options, but today, I wouldn't do a thing. Right now, enjoy the fact that your calls are out of the money and the shares are weaker today, not catastrophically weaker, but they're weaker. And a lot of viewers like you are sitting on calls that are out of the money today or further out of the money. And in some cases, folks who are still in the money are way less in the money now than they were this morning. And this is bringing a comfort level to everyone. And let's just see how it goes. Okay, that's where I'm at on this. These are good questions. Yeah, it's good profits, and you're going to make more. And that's the thing, Brian. I want you to enjoy another buck or two of gains because you're going to get them. Right now, your contract is worthless. It has zero book value. The entire value of your contract is the clock. That's all this contract has. And if these shares slip, and they can easily slip to 2022, this would be nothing. A little more slippage here, and you're looking at $2, $2.25. Now you're going to lock in close to $5 a contract, and that's what I've been talking about with a lot of my viewers, to lock in hundreds and hundreds of dollars of profit, not pennies. And so don't be too eager to pull the trigger. Just sit back. Even if it bops back to 26, don't move. Don't flinch. You've just been given a better position, and this thing is going to back off, and your call is going to drop in value. Just no doubt about it. Nazareth is number 55 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody, for hitting my thumbs up button this afternoon. Appreciate it. Let's get us to 100 as quick as we can. All right. I'm back on the green side of shrinkage, says Bobby. Let's see. What else we got here? Thanks for looking at this for me, says Brian. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. You are a scholar and a gentleman. No problem, guys. It's Old Surfer. Hey, I'm number 62. Right on. Brian, the credit savage of Wall Street. Yes, that is my thought process, that I can already make 40% 1 month and waiting 4 more months is not worth the other 60. Could be a pop, then write more. Yeah, you're not going to be waiting another 4 months. Trust me, Brian, you're not going to be waiting 4 more months unless your stock really does something stupid, like it goes to $37. No, you're not. It's not going anywhere. You're not going to wait that long. Bobby, earnings on Wednesday for Gamestop, they must have slowed down on sales. Food, video games, AAA games run $125 Canadian now. Yikes. And what's going on here? What's a bigger slaughter? The market's down 2% or Brazil's game versus South Korea? Wayne Commander, I am thumbs up 64. J-Boy, I am 66. BZ, I am thumbs up 73. Thank you, everybody, for hitting those thumbs up button for us. Thanks you, those buttons. Thanks. 491 drop on the Dow right now, 78 on S&P, 254 on NASDAQ. Oil down 250 to $77.48. That is where we're at here. We will continue forward here. Michael H. I wrote February 17th. Apple 145s for $13.06 each. This is when it was near 150. It's already backing off nicely. Michael, well done. The Apple shares right now, my goodness, well done here. They're sitting at now, where are we on the Apple? Here we are, 146.03, and you wrote 145s. They're worth $1.03 book value. Sweet move. Well done, sir. Way to go. Credit Savage of Wall Street. Ho, ho, ho. Brian, well, I will fold my arms and see how the week goes. This will keep my warm always as Calgary is cold and snowy. And this is the key. The strategy right now is the winning strategy you're working on. And that's just fold your arms. Then just let this market piddle out. Let this market grind itself a little lower. You guys have taken excellent positions on a number of these contracts that you've written. I've egged you all on to go out in time and bring in high premium returns on these contracts to write. Now you have to let the contracts do what they're going to do for you. They're going to make you a lot of money. Sometimes they will go down $1 in one day because the stock drops enough. Other times they'll go down $1 over 5 days because the time is evaporating underneath. And then there are times where in 1 week your contracts will drop $2 to $2.50 a piece. Time and price movement. Right now, this market is overpriced. We've had nothing but up moves. Most of the time, we've had no serious down moves. All last week, we didn't go anywhere significantly until Friday. We dropped a bit. Now we've got a 500-point drop to start the week. Let the market have its temper tantrum. Selling, tax loss selling is coming in here, and a lot of assessment going on. And now there are nerves frayed because of strong economic data that the Fed is going to have to fight. So it's going your way. All right. Zach is saying, I'm in the same position here as Brian. Last Friday, all three contracts in the money, but I was still ahead 10, 15%. Today, all three are between 60 and 70% gains. I'm crossing my arms. Sometimes it's hard to do. Again, Zach, depending on what you wrote, where you wrote it, for how long you wrote it, you might be in a position to do a roll down. If you've written a higher priced call or you've written a shorter term call, if you've written a December 16 or a January call, your call might even be falling faster than the April calls. That makes sense because they don't have as much time. You have to keep an eye on whether you're going to make a move lower on your strike or whether you're going to make a lower strike price call for further out and go that direction. Again, you have to decide, otherwise cross your arms. Karen, number 76. Hello there, Brian. Zach, 16% big gains. I would buy that back myself right now. I have stink bids in for 50% till the end of the week for my two contracts. Brian, this is actually really fun. I really enjoy folding my arms. That is a great learning experience, and I get to watch how the market works and where GameStop goes and what the focus and patience is all about. DQ, 79 thumbs up. Splatter, Uncle Bruce, any thoughts where oil can go from here? Going lower. I just don't think it should be in the 70s. It should be in the 60s. Zach, Brian, over been playing chicken with these. Congrats for weeks. Friday was all the way in the wrong direction. Today, 100% different story for GameStop. I'll wait till tomorrow and hope for things to pop, earnings to pop. Right on. Well, we have lots to watch this week, lots to follow this week, and we'll see how these markets want to play. We're 25.50 on GameStop again. The low of the day, I think, is 25.44. Last I saw. Yep, 25.44 is the low of the day. We're about 6, 7, 8 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. The Dow down now 530 points. We are pretty close to the low of the day, within about 40, 50 points here. So if it goes to 600 points on the downside, low of the day there. 1.5% drop on the Dow, and that's not the worst performer. The worst performer is NASDAQ, down 263 or 2.3%. So the Dow would have to be down 800 to match NASDAQ, just to give you some perspective on what's happening over there. NASDAQ is down 2.3%, the S&P down 2.0%, oil down 3.25% to 77.38. There you go. Rugman has come in and has taken some guys to the cleaners today. And this could be an all-week phenomenon, not just a one-day event, because we are overpriced on a bunch of stuff right now. That's it. AMC 749 down 68 cents. GameStop 198 lower to 25.54. ATIP 33.9 cents a share. It just gets cheaper and cheaper. sooner or later, enough buying will come in here to wipe out all the stock. I really wonder if enough buying will come in with, so many dollars to just pick it all out, because it doesn't require millions and gazillions to take out the paper. This is the thing that the shorters are going to get caught on in the end, I think, is that instead of having to pay $33 to take out the short sellers, you're paying 34 cents to take out the short sellers. That's a lot of paper that can be bought for not a lot of money. And I just wonder when this will take place. I really can't say. If this were the old days and this was the Alberta Stock Exchange, I can tell you phone calls would be going on all over the place between insiders of that company, stockbrokers following this thing, traders all over the place. And my floor trader would be telling me, he'd be letting me know who he thinks is short this stuff. He might tell me, I think it's house so-and-so. This brokerage firm has a client that is short this stuff. Or, these three brokerage firms are the sellers of all this stock, and he thinks they're the ones. And you got to wonder if any of the floor traders are in on this for a quick buck on the short side. And when will a challenge to these guys be made? Because the stock's at half book value. There's nothing wrong with this stock going to 75 cents a share just on a little rebound. But if the stock were to go to 125 a share, you break the dollar value barrier again, and now you're back into the NYSE good books. Again, I don't know how this is all going to play out. 33.9 cents on ATIP. It just blows my mind. But it is what it is. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Brian, another cool thing about options writing is I find myself trying to guess where the market will go, but why? Just sell and buy to follow the market. If there are changes, we just follow and roll over. Exactly. There's no need to worry about it there. Zach, now that everything is out of the money, this day of time should take another good bite. Dollar on each contract today is really sweet. December sell-off is working the magic. Splair, okay, because I'm sitting on a 50% gain now, and after today with a $400 investment from Friday that I took 10-time leverage, and earlier before the drop, I already made 10%. Way to go, Splair, making money. Credit Savage of Wall Street, the 3 GameStop 25 covered calls that I sold for January and rolled over to April for an extra $3 and moved to $27.50 are now, instead of 8, they're $5.50. Gladly folding my arms. I made $7 plus 3. Thank you. May I have another? And there you go. There it is. That is why you do it. That's why today is a day where you can see how rollovers can really pay you handsomely. You roll out of 25s, you roll into 2750s for more money down the line. You go down in time, you give them time, and then the stock backs off here, $1.94, $1.95. The 2750s are out of the money immediately, like they're just out of the money, and there's droppage right now. And another couple of dollars on top of this between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If that happens, we're $23. These 2750s are $4.50 out of the money. They're going to be worth $4. I mean, this is beautiful. So we're talking about Zach Splair. Nice one, man. Splair oil was really juicy for shorting today. Brian, sorry, Bruce. I wrote my first cover call back in September, and I've been trying really hard to find a fault and a worst case scenario with writing cover calls. I'm trying to pick your methods apart, but there's always an answer. Well, there is. The option writing game isn't a one-time trade. That's the secret to writing options. It isn't a one-time thing. It's not like, well, I wrote options, I bought them back, and then I went away and went golfing. You're always writing. You're always in the market. You're always letting time be your secret weapon. So welcome to the party, pal. As Ronald McDonald always says, I'm loving it. H. Gregory, Uncle Bruce, not sure what number I am. It's all cool, H. Gregory. I'm glad you're here. Untamed Viking. I have 2 GameStop January 20s in the money for the last month. Been doing my Mr. Incredible impression of looking at the clock and saying, yeah, I got time. Well, you're now only 558 in the money. You were 740 in the money earlier, so down they come. Nazareth, it's almost as if Uncle Bruce has done this a long time and knows what he's talking about. Yeah, it's kind of scary, but look at the cost. Look at the price he's had to pay. All his hair is going away. What's left is white. It's sad, really. Zach, just like the Matrix, there is no spoon. We are 26 minutes away from shutting her down today. We have a 511 point drop, 511 points on the New York Exchange, 1.48%. And oil down 267 to 77.31. GameStop 25.58. The low of the day 25.44. That's where I see it now. Fun times. ATIP 34.5, down 3.5 cents. Tesla 181.62. It's down $13. Those of you out there who have Tesla calls, if you've got 180s, you got 200s, 190s, this stock is giving up some ground. I would do nothing. I would just fold my arms and let it keep on falling. This stock goes to 160, 155. We'll then decide what the next move will be. It could well be writing calls a little closer to the money, but closer in on time, and bringing in contracts from 6 months, a year out to closer in might be the next strategy on Tesla. We'll see how this plays. Right now, 181.67 down 13.19. SoFi 448 down 21 cents. A frustrating campaign here. The all-time low is 441. We're 7 cents away from the all-time low on SoFi. And welcome to tax loss selling at its height. And that's the only thing that could be happening to SoFi, because everything else for SoFi seems to me to be working. But you got to wonder. What can I say? What else is going on? Nick, what a joke. The SoFi is back at 450. Coyote, you think that's air you're breathing? Mirko, no spoon means no soup for you today, Zach, like Beach Boy would say. Brian, Nazar, you might be right, but I don't have to trust him. Maybe everything tastes like chicken, Zach is wondering. Alex, everything evening all from Inflation Island, says Alex. Bruce, what's your view on the China pivot away from a zero COVID policy? I'm told that there's so many rules that they had in place that even the relaxation of rules really doesn't make much of a difference. So I'm not buying much into this at all. It's just a broken record. I don't trust much what those guys are saying right now. Zach, Mirko, today I'm getting crab bisque with extra bread. Nice going. Nazareth, Brian, heck no, I wouldn't trust anyone who can't reach the high shelf. Sean and Wendy, God is amazing. Bruce, we're number 86 on your thumbs up meter. Thank you, guys. We're going for 100 thumbs ups here. Alex, sorry if you've covered this. Work has been busting my behind today. In fact, today made my mind up. When my portfolio grows, I'm going to be a full-time option sniper. There you go. It gets to the point where you can't afford to work anymore because you can lose too much money trading options. It gets kind of to that point. What can I say? We have right now 91 thumbs ups in the house. Thank you all for coming through for me. We need 9 more thumbs ups and we're there. 4 more just popped in. 5 to go. 95 down, 5 left to get. Thank you all for helping out. Again, as always, getting us to 100 in the afternoon. Extra bread, $3. Love the soup, Nancy. Alex, it's coming slowly but surely. Rock and roll, pal. Rock and roll. 449 on SoFi. 22 million traded. Very light. This is not a sell-off. This is not everyone trying to get out. This is tax loss selling. That's all it is. And it'll dry out and then it pops the other way. But, wish I could tell you what day. I wish I could tell you what hour. I can't do it. There you go. Zach, DQ. I'll just wait 3 days then. There you go. 490 point drop on the Dow. We got a 75 point on the S&P and NASDAQ down 238, 2.08% on NASDAQ. 25.59 on GameStop. ATIP 34.3 down 3.8 cents today. Tesla 181.34 down 13.51. SoFi 449 down 21 cents. AMC off 65 today to 752. The party's over there. It had a little run there. It had a little pop. And now it's given that back. We're kind of back to the levels we've had in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Now the question is, will the shares hit new all-time lows below 505. Will that, not all time, but for the year anyway, will that happen? Are we going to be back in this, say, low sevens for a while, high sixes? I do not know. But AMC has really taken a hit today. Breaking under 8, and now 752 is all it's got. 95 on the apes, 95.8. They're down almost 4 cents as well. Okay. That's what it is. Let's see. What else have we got going here? 25.56 down 197 on GameStop. We've got Apple down 183 to 145.98. We broke 150 this morning. Couldn't hold it. I just got to plug in my big ass iPad. I'm noticing it's about to shut off. It doesn't want to play without energy. Go figure. We've got HPQ now down 41 cents to 29.22. We have Amazon down 322 to 90.90. We're about to break $90 on Amazon. Home Depot down 781. Cisco down 38 cents to 49.32. The Netflix at 311.50, down 891 today. In the last 3 months, the Netflix shares have had a good run. They were at 218 September. They were down to, looks like, about 214 October 11th, and then just the other day 320, 322 for the high today. But remember, the 52-week high is 632, and I know that it was over 700 earlier last year. So we've come a long ways down. We're down 876 today. We'll see if this continues or not. All right, that's Netflix. Over to Pfizer, down 20 cents to 50.70. We've got IBM down $1.39 to 147.28. Microsoft down 5.80 to 249 now. Vanik down 3.47. Adobe down 8.80. Goldman down $10 to $370. Google down $1.43. Boeing is still holding a gain of 2.47. Moderna down 7.60. Meta Platforms 122 even, down 149 today for Facebook. ME down 29.5 at 317. Rocket Lab 412 down 12. Matterport 298 down 14. Smart Rent down 14 to 232 now. 232 down 15.5 cents. Spire down 2.5 cents to 134.5. Cyxtera down 6.5 cents right now. All righty, let's take a look here. Down 532 on the Dow. Another sell wave is coming through. All right. Coyote says, I'm closing some AMC puts right now. Brian, if you sold a covered call for a $25 covered call and the premium was $5, at the end of expiry, the stock was worth $30.01, would you automatically be exercised? Yes, you would. You'd be automatically exercised if your shares are 25.01. You'd be exercised automatically. They're in the money. 1 penny, you're exercised. Yeah. Now, obviously, you've received a $5 premium on this example you're quoting me here, so you'd be exercised at $25. You get to keep the 5, so you got $30 for the whole deal. The stock is sitting at 30.01. Now, you decide on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday afterwards, do you want to buy those shares back? Are you short the stock? Because if you wrote poor man covered calls, you're short the stock, you're long cash. You got a bunch of money on you there. If the shares back off $1 or $2 and they're trading at $28.50, you buy them at $28.50 and maybe you'll write $30 calls good for a month or so and bring in $5. You might do it again. But now you're writing 30s and you're saying to the market, come and take me out. If the market goes over 30 and you get exercised, you get to keep the $5 and the 30. You just got $35. You just bought them for $28.50. You just got $35. Hello, nothing wrong with any of that. Karen, my only problem, covered call I wrote is a December 16 AMD, which has become in the money lately, and it's an expensive one to buy back. And that's the one issue with a call that goes into the money. I don't know how you're doing. I don't follow AMD, so I don't know how you're doing on it. I don't have any of the numbers here, so I can't comment with you. And I don't know what you wrote, what, how, where, when, what. But yeah, you're right. BZ and ATIP average 109. Larry Titus, hi there, folks. I am thumbs up 108 for Bruce. Thank you guys for coming through for me. 112 already, man. They're just coming in. Thank you guys. Zach, Brian, if it was 2501, you'd be exercised exactly. DQ, Uncle Bruce, hold December 16th, Cisco, 42 and a halves that I wrote back in October when 42 and a half was out of the money. Cisco, where are we at here? Where are we at? Let me take a look here. We're at 49.32 right now. I have to keep the strike at 42.50 on a roll unless I go to next summer and I get it to 45. What are your thoughts? Okay, so you sold a December 16 Cisco 42.50, and I have to keep the strike at 42.50 on a roll unless I go to next summer. What are your thoughts? Okay, December 16, next summer 25. Okay. Well, I mean, you can go to that time frame. You could also decide to just write another 42.50. You could write a 42.50 for January or February or March, and take that premium, which should be more than what you're paying for this one. I mean, obviously, right now the stock is not quite 7 in the money. This contract's probably trading at 7 something. Is it 7 and a quarter, 7 and a half? Can you get more than 7 something if you wrote a 42.50 for a few months further out? Could you do that? Otherwise, yeah, 45. You could write a 45, or you could write a 45 for January 2024. And if the shares, if that gets you more money, again, I want you to get more cash than what you're paying to buy this call back. I want you to get a cash injection. Can you get, for the 45 in January 2024, can you get premium over and above its book value? Are you able to get $8 or $9 for it? And it's only worth 4 something. Can you get 8 something, 9 something? Is there time premium to you for this move? Again, something to look into. All right. Again, I'm wheeling and dealing here on limited info. Nick, ATIP can't go down 10% every day until it hits 0. Right. Can it? Will it? Brian, Zach, thanks. I guess I was confused. So it's about the stock price, not the stock and premium. This is interesting. So again, worst case is if you buy your shares back and write again, and you might still have money left over, and depending if the stock keeps going up or sideways or down, if it goes down, you're actually making more money. That seems it's not real. This is what a lot of folks kind of realize on the option writing thing, that this isn't real, is it? I mean, do I make money if it goes down? Do I make money if it stays flat? Do I make money if it goes up? This can't be real. Marco, Karen, you could buy it back next week for around book value and write the new one for more money. The Credit Savage of Wall Street, it's been a great weekend, Uncle Bruce. We used a passive income from our covered calls for Reno, Tahoe, and to gamble. Just knowing the money I'm gambling is passive money made. It's made me relax and helped me win more money. So my weekend has been free. Now you're talking. This is great. I love this. Mirko, even if it's an expensive one, you could do that. BW, it's almost like tax loss selling never ended from last year, the way the markets have been in 2022. Everything's just beaten to crap. Can we just get capitulation over with already? Getting very old. Zach, Brian, like Uncle Bruce says, you have to think about the whole transaction. $25 strike plus a $5 premium is $30 altogether. So if you get exercised under 30, you win all the way. So cool, right? And there it is. That is the beauty of being a writer. You're the casino. Casinos generally win. Gamblers on the floor gamble, and they generally lose. There you go. A 491 drop on the Dow. We got Gamestop at 25.56, so with a low of 25.44 last I saw. Yep, and we've got ATIP at 34 cents even, down 4. We've got Tesla 181.36. We have SoFi at 448.5. Apple 146.24. HBQ down 41 to 29.22. Some of you who've written HBQ 30s, 29s, you're watching those premiums drop. Of course, time is running out on December 16th, January 20th. You're keeping an eye. Let's see how this wants to react. Amazon 90.92 down 3.20. Home Depot down $8. Cisco at 49.32 down 38 cents today. Fool of a Took says hello, everybody. Number 116 today on the thumbs ups meter. Brian, Brian says to Zach, I'm smiling right now because I was thinking in my head this is correct, but to actually hear it from others thinking the same thing, mind blowing. My wife doesn't believe me or understand in it. That's why the classes, you gotta take my classes. Yeah. Start at number 1 and go all the way up to 14 and just let it come to you, come to you, come to you. It all makes sense. Zach, the credit savage of Wall Street, big pimpin'. Deep value, a rug man, the force is stronger today. Zach, Brian, and then you start doing this math into rollovers where you get a few bucks in your pocket and move strikes at the same time. That's the ultimate, like cracking the safe combo on the market. Flint Creek Soap Company, I'm here, number 117, thumbs up. Pushing your orders out. Busy, much love. Way to go, Flint Creek. Karen Merkel, I'm planning to buy back much closer to the December 16 expiration date. I must have patience. And there you go. When you do buy back a call that's in the money, and it has right now 10 trading days or 9 trading days to go, when you buy it back, the ultimate time to buy it back and write the next call, whether it's a roll up, roll over, whatever, is the price you're paying for that call. You want it to be virtually just book value. Obviously, a call that has 9 days left to live will lose book value or time value. It'll lose time value very quickly down to just book value. If a contract is $3 in the money and it has 10 trading days to go and it's trading at $4, it has $3 book value, $1 time value. Well, with 10 days left to trade, that $1 will drop 1 dime a day until there is no time value left, and it'll only be worth book value. And if shares are dropping at the moment, then book value is evaporating, time value is evaporating, the contract will quickly drop in price to its value. That's when you can take a look at an idea like, okay, the stock on, say, GameStop is trading at $25.50 now. If I wrote 25s 3 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago, and I got $3, $4, $5 for them, they're only worth 56 cents right now. The stock's at $25.56. This contract dies next Friday, December 16th. Between now and next Friday, this contract will trade at 55, 60 cents because it's only worth 56 cents. By next Friday, that's all it's worth. So if you're looking right now at a contract that's $1.50 and it's only 50 cents in the money, and yet you sold it at $3.50, you're up $2, but there's $1 more coming your way on shrinkage. The key now is to look forward and go, all right, well, when I buy this thing back at a real good low price, close to book value, I want to write the next call. What is my next call? Is it going to be a $25 call, just like I have now, but for January or February or March? How much can I get for these? Are they paying me more than enough in added cash to make it worth my while? And this is where you lock in your profits. You sell first, remember, you buy back later. So if you can buy back for 95 cents, 85 cents later this week, early next week, a 50-cent contract, again, a $25.50 stock, that's a 50-cent book value contract at 25. Can you buy it at 85, 86, 96 cents and write a $4.95, a $3.95, a $4.25 premium call, $25 call a month or two out? You might make that move. You've just brought in $4 a contract, for example. Buy at 86 to sell at 486. You brought $4 a contract in, 400 a contract. 20 contracts, $8,000. You just brought in $8,000 for the same contract. Further ahead, what's going to happen to that contract? It's going to shrink in value because it's worth 50 odd cents a piece right now. Obviously, the stock goes up, the call will go up. Stock goes down, the call will go down. Stock doesn't move, the call will eventually go down because it loses its time premium. It's the name of the game here, kids, is to maximize the dollars in when you write, and then watch shrinkage take its toll. Oh, so much fun. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, Coyote says making profit on rolls is called the old "fu pay me" technique. Kareem wrote this morning on a pop. Just bought back $100 on the day. Let's go, Splair. I think it's actually too cold in German for a lot of comments for me. Anyways, I wish you all already an enjoyable end of the day. I can't wait to hear from everyone tomorrow again. Splair, you take care and stay warm over there. Zach Bryan, Mr. Coyote has helped me understand much of this in our talks on Discord. We all do better at this with the help from our friends and, of course, the master, Uncle Bruce. Zach, Coyote, this is the deadliest technique of them all. Alberto is in the house. I am here. Are we making money? I put in some stinks, but nothing hitting as of yet. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Brian, yes, I should join this Discord thing as the credit sandwich of Wall Street. Zach, it definitely feels like that, especially because by gambling with a rewards card from the hotel, you earn points of status. We're now platinum status, VIP, free stays, free food, 20% discounts, and VIP parking. Well done, everyone. Coyote Zach, yes, indeed. Karen, thanks for the buyback nuggets, Uncle Bruce. Zach, credit that is just incredible. Need to get some credit lessons from you over the next number of years. There you go. We are now coming into the final 5 minutes of our session today. Time flies when you're having fun and making money. We're down 477 on the Dow at the moment. The AMC is down 76 cents and getting crushed. 742. The preferred shares are down 6 cents to 93.6. That's an 81-cent drop today for AMC units. Not good. GameStop 25.57, ATIP 34.1, Tesla down 12.75 to 182.11, SoFi at 451. 0.5. It's 18 and a half cents lower. It's a tiny bit better than the low of the day of 447, about a 4-cent recovery. But that's all so far. Got 4 minutes left to go, though. Apple 146.45 down 138. HPQ 29.20 down 43. Amazon 90.97 down 316. Home Depot down 7.92. Cisco down 36 cents. Netflix down 8.24. Pfizer down 17, IBM down 135, Microsoft down 489, Vanik down 292, Adobe down 756, Goldman down 903, Google down $1, Boeing up 230, Moderna down 640, Facebook down 120, ME down 30, Rocket Lab down 11, Matterport down 13, SmartRent down 15, Spire down 4.5, Cyxtera down 7. It's red all over town, as it should be, with a 500 approximate point loss on the Dow Jones. 73 on S&P, NASDAQ down 227. That is the deal. Options are shrinking. Premiums are being wiped out. Book values are evaporating. Time value now is coming into play. Welcome to the party, pal. 25.53 now on GameStop with the low of the day at 25.44. 3 minutes left in our session as more selling is trickling in here. 25.52 on GameStop, 25.51 now, 7 cents from the low of the day. That's it. That's where we're at, guys. Tomorrow's another day. Cross your arms and let it happen. We are, if we're going to get a sell-off on this market, we're going to get 4 straight days of selling or more, not just one day and then we go up again. It could be that we have a bit of a rebound tomorrow. We may have a dead cat bounce to start the morning, and then within an hour, we give it all up and we're going lower. Or we're just going lower right off the bat because these economic reports are too strong for the Fed's liking. We'll see how this market reacts to this. A very, very interesting thing going on here. Treasury yield soar, setting a 2-year rate to almost 4.4% on signs of strength in the U.S. economy. That is not what the Fed wants to hear, but this is the reaction. The yields go up because that means higher rates. Interesting. Let's see. Brian, once this year, I'm going over to rewatch your answer to my first question, Bruce. I'm at work, so I need to make sure I really listen. On the lighter note, did you get any Cheese Whiz? Not down here. There is none. No cheese. We're out of Cheese Whiz now. Cindy, Uncle Bruce, I have 2 January 25, $32 covered calls that I sold. I want to bring them closer in. Any thoughts? I would spend a little more than I received to get them back. Cindy B, you've written 2 January 25s. So they're out there. Let me take a look. January 25, $32 covered calls. So those are now 905 bid as of 10 minutes ago on my machine. Can you write something closer and bring in $9 to do it? You could theoretically write 2375s for January 2024. I would bring you in 1 year closer. On the other hand, you might go closer than that. And now the question is, how much closer? We have to kind of find this. Not there. I think we might need, Cindy, a little more dippage for you. I think we're going to need the market to give us a little more ground before you're going to make a move. Because first of all, you're in no hurry to make this. You don't have to be in a hurry to make this move. I think right now what we want to do is let's see if your these shares at GameStop, want to reach more into the 23 level, 22 level. Now, between now and the end of the week, so much is happening. We have earnings, we have all kinds of stuff. So let's just relax and see what we get. If we get this market down to $22 in the near future, next week or so, then we might be able to move you into certainly January 24th, but we could probably get you into something in the 2023 range as another idea. Because your calls will drop from 9 to 8 to 7, and all of a sudden you're in the wheelhouse for a lot more potential rights. So right at the moment, I would say we just sit tight right now, and let's see what happens between tomorrow, perhaps Wednesday and Thursday with earnings, and let's see what these shares do. The shares will give you the opportunity to make a move. They just have to move to the right area. Right now, we're happy we're down 197. Sure, for those of you who have written options, you're 197 lower. But in your case, Cindy, we want a little more. So let's watch for this tomorrow. Splair, we have a minute to go. We're shut down here. Larry's done. Thanks, Larry. I just have these huge windows, beautiful view outside, really, but it's really 1.5 high and 3 bright, all cold inside. Then no one's heating. It's cold where Splair is. Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. 123 thumbs, says Constantine. Thank you so much. Zach, Brian, you're the Canadian contact for the cheese now. Going to have to send Uncle Bruce some jars for his stay. Thank you, Larry, for hitting those bells. BW, the best part of listening to you, Uncle Bruce, other than making money, is paying attention to the narratives we read. Last week, recession was over. This week, Dow plunges on Fed rate hike fears. I mean, smoke and mirrors. Yeah, it's true. Duncan Dippich laughing out loud. Zach, BW is so true. Larry, DQ, I'm passing bell duties to you tomorrow. I have a funeral to attend. Right on, Larry. Adam, 125 thumbs ups is the number now. Larry, don't worry, it's not my own. Thank God for that, Larry. Don't you die on me. Splair, Nazareth, I try my best. There you go. Thank you all so much today for being here. Another amazing day with all kinds of undercurrents and activities going on. This is normal. This is a normal day for us, and we'll be busy tomorrow, kids, with all kinds of stuff going on. I just don't see this interest rate story turning around where rates are going to fall and the Fed's going to buy back bonds again. It's just not happening. We are into a world of hurt coming up here, and markets are going to be under pressure, and certain stocks are going to feel it. Now, GameStop might get very quiet tomorrow and Wednesday. They could, because earnings come out Wednesday night. We have to remember that for GameStop. We can't put too much pressure on it. But on the other hand, tax loss selling is there for it and any other stock out there, depending on who owns at what price. So we have to see how this all works its way out into the system. But we'll see what gives. Thank you, everybody. So much fun. Okay, good night all from Splair. BW, Zach, thank you. Pulse Guitar, Bruce, the GOAT, peace out, fam. Freaking autocorrect says DQ. Hawkeye, arms folded, listening to your voice and making it happen. Right on, you guys. Zach, dust off your charger. DQ, deep value. Hopefully Ryan Cohen says a few things on this report. I'd sure like to hear something. We'll follow it all this week, everybody. We'll be here tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, as usual, for the first 3 shows from Palm Desert, the Trade Alert, the 8:30 show, and the 1 o'clock show. I'm going to be on the air tonight for Truck Traveling with Bruce at 7 and 8 o'clock Eastern. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. First thing tomorrow morning on the Gold Bagel Trader Alert Show. Become a Gold Bagel member immediately and join us tomorrow. Don't forget Wednesday night, prime time with Uncle Bruce, 8 o'clock Wednesday night, where you can throw me questions about your options trades and all that. Looking forward to it. Gold Bagel members, another perk for you. All of you, thank you so much for being here. All you wonderful channel members, appreciate all your commentary and kind words. We appreciate it. Good night, all, says the old surfer. Thanks for dropping knowledge, Uncle B, DQ. DQ Azimoto, Constantine, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Have a good night, everybody. Zach, thanks, Uncle. Thank you, Bagel family. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll get this party started and see if we can make ourselves a little richer here and get another $1 or $2 drop on GameStop. And oh my God, a whole bunch of contracts are in business big time. We're looking forward to this. And we got shrinkage between now and next Friday. That's a big one coming up. Thank you, everyone. Have a pleasant afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the planet. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow morning, first thing. Bye for now.